I'm tired. Help! Y'all, I'm tired. Hold on, let me fix this. I am perpetually tired at this point. It's raining still. I am going to FedEx Kinko's, or whatever they call it now. FedEx office. Okay, come on, man. Do what you're gonna do. Cute car. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Oh no. It was a Toyota of some sort. Okay, so I'm headed to FedEx office. I can see it. And just leaving Starbucks. I went to a gun dealer to transfer my firearm to a friend legally. My legally owned firearm to a friend who has his gun license but didn't have a gun. And we made a deal. Okay, come on. So I did that, and then I was like, oh, I ain't ready to go home yet. I need to eat something. So you know me. So I ended up at Starbucks. Listen to me, sound like I'm surprised. I had found myself at Starbucks, and I just sat there for a bit, scoped out a cute guy for my friend. I ain't gonna say her name. I don't want to embarrass her, but I'm like, there's this guy in here. He's tall, he's good looking, he's cute, he's funny, he seemed to be personable, he can sing a little bit. he was singing "Celebrate Good Times, Come On." So I texted her and I told her, hey, there might be a man in here for you. And she wanted me to get his Instagram, but then he went in the back and I didn't see him again before I came out. And I was like, should I ask his coworkers? But I didn't think that would be I think that'd be too cool. And they were busy anyway. So the FedEx used to be on this corner. They moved it over a little bit, and I don't know if they still share this parking lot. Does not look like it. So you can figure out where parking is for this joint. But I need to go in here because my printer is not hooked up anymore. So I need to print off the label to ship something that I sold on Poshmark. Okay, wait, where's the parking lot? I'm confused. This is the juice. Okay, they're sharing with the juice people now. All right. And I need some boxes. A friend of a friend has some boxes, but my friend got some family stuff going on, and I don't want to bug her and ask her to put me in touch. I just don't want to bother her with that. So I'm like, let me just go and get my own boxes. Then I also don't feel like driving to where they are. I'd rather pay for them because this rain has been doing the absolute most. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go in and handle this business. And then I listed the computer hutch that I've been trying to I don't want to say get rid of, because it makes it sound like junk. It is really a beautiful piece of furniture. I keep saying that because it is. It's beautiful, and it has so much storage, and but it's large and it's heavy. And I'm like, I don't want to have to pay somebody to just like either haul it away for junk, because it's not junk, and I don't want it just out on the curb getting rained on. Like, it's a beautiful piece of furniture. Also a refrigerator. So I've been contacted by people for both. And what I'm going to do to keep myself safe, since I got rid of my gun, is I'm going to let my apartment managers know that strangers are coming to the building. I have a friend I could bug, but he really needs to, his mom lives with him, and she's elderly, and he really needs to like keep an eye on her. So I don't like to bug him with stuff like this. But okay, let me go do this and I'll be back. Bye. All right, I'm back. I couldn't print what I needed to print. It's a long story. I'm not even gonna get into it, but I did buy boxes, and I have somebody coming to my apartment at 2:30 to move the refrigerator. So I got to get back there, take the few little items I got in there out, nothing of note, and nope, let me just keep going. I'm driving through alleys because people just out here wild styling and whatnot. Like, it's not even, the rain isn't that bad right now if you know how to drive in the rain. but here in LA, there are so many months that are dry that I think people forget in between the rainfall, like how to drive in the rain. We can go months without rain out here, but yeah, folks. First, you got the folks that creep along, you know, or stop suddenly, and you just about, you know, throw up on the dashboard trying to not run into the back of them. And then you got people like somebody I just saw flying down this street. I'm like, dude, have you ever heard of hydroplaning? You don't want to do it, I promise. Just flying. So I'm trying to take the roads less traveled by back to my apartment and handle what I need to finish handling. I was gonna tell you something, but I forgot what. Hold on, I'll be back. I know what it was. In one of my last videos, I've lost count at this point. I told you that there was something important that I wanted to talk to you about, and it's still important. I've just had a few days to digest the information that was given to me and approach it from a different tone now. I like my hair. You know, I like this hair. That wasn't what I was going to talk about, but I just, you know, today I was like, I like it. I like it now that it's loosened up, and I think I may get it done over with gray hair. I know, but like, you know, just to see how I feel about going gray, because it's happening, y'all. It's happening. That is not blonde. That is homegrown silver hair, I'll have you know. But the serious thing that I wanted to talk about is the importance of having community. I'll put it that way. Community can be family, it can be friends, acquaintances. You do need you need one of those though. Like, you need family or you need some friends. And your community should be, and I'm gonna say should because there are certain truths. You know, you can disagree with me if you want to, but I'm a living witness, and I'm also I'm a living witness because I've seen this in my own life, and I've lived long enough now. See the silver hair, that I have seen other people's lives, seen and observed other people's lives, how they do when they're in community, how they do when they're not in community. And this goes for introverts, extroverts, everybody. Look, I'm very much an introvert. I don't want to see nobody every single day. I don't want to talk to nobody every single day. I just no thank you. I love you, but I will see you next week. No thank you. I do not want to see you tomorrow. I see you today. There's a continuum, you know, like a spectrum. And you may fall way over here in introversion. You may be way over here in extroversion. I don't care where you fall. You need some people. You need people who will support, encourage, and elevate you, okay? You need people who are gonna call you out when you on some BS. And we all be on some BS sometime or another. You need somebody to say, girl, or dude. You know what? Men, don't get offended when I say girl, because most of my subscribers are women. A great number are black women. So sometimes I'm talking to women in general. Sometimes I'm talking to black women specifically. Sometimes I'm talking to everybody. But y'all just don't get offended. I know who my viewers are primarily, and that's usually who I'm talking to, because those are groups that I'm a member of, you know, and so I know the things that we have to deal with. Now see, I can't turn onto my street because it's a river over here. A river runs through it, so I gotta go here. Can I go through the alley? Let me see. But girl, you need some people. You need some people who are gonna be in your corner. You need people who are not going to negate everything you say because they want to be smarter than you. You need people who will say yes and, you know, hey, I got this idea. Okay, let's take a look at this idea. Let's see what you're doing. Okay, what are the reasons that this could work? What are the reasons that this might not work? How do we fix that? You know, people who value you, who value you as a person, value your gifts, but aren't trying to use you. All right? People who give back. You pour into people, they're supposed to pour back into you. Otherwise, you end up empty. If you are around people who empty your cup, sometimes quickly, and do not refill it, you really need to limit your time with those people. And what are you doing? Come on if you're coming. All right, I guess we're not moving. I don't know what's going on over here. It's just it's people walking, it's people driving all. Just let me get home. Stop looking at me. I heard something awful last week that shocked me. I am not at liberty to say who told me this, but it really was the last straw for me when it comes to hearing about good people in relationships. It could be friendships, it could be marriages, it could be domestic partnerships, whatever. Here, let me get to some light. Oh, well, I guess we got a little bit of light. I'm gonna take you upstairs with me so I can go unplug this fridge and, you know, keep it moving while we talk. But yeah, I gotta tell you something. This is important. I'm seeing it way too often. And yeah, what I heard last week was the last straw. 5 days, y'all. Wheels up in 5 days. I do not want to change my flight again. Look at this. Well, a lot of that's, I keep saying it, it's getting thrown away. I've given away almost everything. Like some of this stuff, the bed frame and the nightstand are going outside on the lawn. So I just got some, you know, some more things to do. I'll get there. At least the sun is shining now. Okay, I'm gonna finish this talk because I think it's very important. I didn't get to finish it yesterday because, you know, you see what I'm doing. There are like 50, air mattress sliding, whatever. 11 things that need to be done every time I walk in here. But I do want to continue. Be careful, be very careful about who you have around you. I can't stress that enough. Not everybody deserves to have access to you, even those who may be close to you right now. So I've been thinking about this for a while because I've been seeing people in, not necessarily in relationships, although everything is a relationship. It's a matter of degree, in communion with people who don't deserve access to them. Not everybody deserves access to you. Not everybody can go where you're meant to go. And if you got those people hanging around, then you can't get to what you're supposed to get to, whatever it is that you've been wishing for, you've been trying to manifest, you've been praying for. Sometimes you can't get it because you dragging around somebody who cannot enter that particular kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for everybody. You really need to, let me say it a different way. I would urge you to take a look at who is in your circle. When you spend time with those people, do you feel like they make you better? Do you feel like you make them better? Do you feel like you're growing together? Or do you feel depleted when you leave their company, or even when you're in their company? Do you feel like a worse version of yourself? Do you feel like you can't achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve, or be what it is that you're meant to be, because this person is dead weight? We hate to say that sometimes. I look back at some people I've had in my life in the past, and I didn't see it then. Well, did I see it? I saw some things. I think if somebody had told me what I'm saying right now, I would have seen it clearly. Looking back, hindsight is 20/20. So I don't care who it is. If you have someone or some people in your life who are taking away from your ability to be everything that you're supposed to be, they gotta go. And if they can't, if they can't go, like sometimes, okay, it's like, all right, well, I'm a caretaker for my mom. She's negative, but like, there's nothing else I can do. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do to be okay. You have to fortify your mind. You have to take breaks from mama. If you gotta go for walks, if you gotta pray, meditate, whatever you need to do in order to not let that negativity seep into you to the point where you can't do what you need to do, or you're second guessing yourself or putting yourself down, then do what you need to do to be okay. I'm going back and forth, weighing whether or not I should say what prompted this. But after taking a few days to think, I don't think it's necessary to say what exactly prompted this. But some people are in relationships of all types with people who bring them down. What are you doing? What are you doing? I've been in 2 of those relationships. Long term, like long ones, not, a couple months or whatever. So we're talking about long term. And it wasn't until I got out of those relationships, grieved the loss of those relationships, because all losses have to be grieved in some way, proportionate to whatever the relationship is. And the only way through is through. It wasn't until that point that I was able to look back and go, oh my goodness, that person didn't even like me. Like, I can laugh about it now, but it's a sobering thought when you realize that somebody that you give a lot of energy to, a lot of time, a lot of care, a lot of love, they don't even like you. That's why y'all got problems. They don't like you. And sometimes you don't like them. So y'all in a battle trying to change one another. And they don't want to be changed. You don't want to be changed. Everybody grown, especially once you get to a certain age. You are who you are. Formative years are formative years for a reason. It's when you take form. I'm not saying we can't ever change. I'm changing in a lot of ways right now, and I'll be willing to bet that you are ready to change in a lot of ways as well. But if you are with someone or with someone's around people who are committed to you either staying the same, staying in a box, or being only what they need you to be, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's a hard pill to swallow. I'm always trying to send people to therapy. Because a good therapist is a sounding board and an advocate for you. They want you to win. A good therapist. There's some trash therapists out there. I've been to a couple. But a good therapist says, okay, this is what I hear you saying. And it's something in hearing it back from somebody else that makes you go, oh my goodness, wait, what am I doing? And they hold you accountable. Okay, we talked about this last time. Like what has changed? If you don't really want to change, don't go to therapy. But if you want to change your life, and I'm not a therapist, I don't gain anything by telling you to do this other than the fact that I love to see people win. I believe that we were put on earth to win, each of us. Each of us has something that was put inside of us when we got here that we're supposed to do. We have abilities, we have skills, we have talents, and if you are not able to do what you're supposed to do here, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is your purpose? It's harsh. I ask myself these questions and have been. I've had to work through this. Some of it on my own, some of it with friends and family, some of it with therapists. In other words, with people who I can count on to be in communion with me and not be pulling against me or pulling on me, trying to take from me whatever light that they see that they may not have. No, you got to get your own light. You can't take nobody else's light. You got to get your own. And it takes work. So, look, I've seen too much. I've seen, I don't want to say good people in relationships with bad people, because we're all evolving. We're all works in progress, and some people are at a different part of their evolution, because we evolve, so some people are at a different point of their evolution than you are, and maybe they ain't ready to go where it is that you need to go. You gotta let them people go. Let them go. Let them go. It's like that saying, if you love someone, let them go. I'm butchering this. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours forever. And if it doesn't, it wasn't yours to keep. And that's the truth. And so it is with people. I know we get attached to people and we want them in our lives forever. Not everybody's meant to stay. Certain people are for certain times in your life. And sometimes you got to let them go so that they can do whatever their next thing is. And sometimes they come back. Sometimes they come back, especially now in the era of social media. Sometimes people come back and you don't want, you're like, I wish you couldn't find me. You can't get to your intended destination without giving up your current position. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. I know. I know it is. Like, I know it from the inside. But you got to do it. And you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Find community, communion with people who support you, who encourage you, who care about you, who love you, who can guide you toward where you want to go. Gently. Gently. You don't need people being mean to you. I told you already. Don't nobody need that. Nobody want to hear that. You deserve that. You deserve it. Whether you believe it today or not. Hear me today, believe me later. You deserve it. We all do. And I've just been seeing too much other stuff lately. Open your hands. Let them go. All right, well, that's my sermon. That's my sermon for the week. I need to get in the shower. I did some design work for someone that I know. It started off as something that I thought was quick. So this is on me. She asked me to do something. And I was like, oh, this will be quick. And she said, well, how much will you charge? And I said, nothing. This won't take any time. And then once I looked at it, I was like, oh, on top of everything else that I have to do. But I got it done. She's happy. And she insisted that she take me to lunch. And she's good people. So I'm going to a very early lunch. We'll just call it brunch. It's at 11 a.m. Today is Wednesday, February 7th. Yes, Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. And I've been carrying boxes downstairs for the Veterans Administration to pick up. They're down on the porch. There were a few things I couldn't take down. I was like, this is too heavy. So I'll just wait until there's some strong men folk up in here, so I don't injure myself. But I'm gonna take off these clothes that I've been wearing for 2.5 days. And get in the shower and figure out what else to put on. Go to brunch. Then I have an eye appointment later on. I also have to go to the post office. I thought I was done with the post office, but I gotta put in my change of address again. And something else. There's something else I gotta do. Oh, I gotta mail a Poshmark package. Somebody bought this really cute Nike t-shirt that I bought in Memphis, and I'm not gonna wear it. I'm not gonna wear it. Okay, I'll see you again soon, and we're getting there. We are getting there. I just wish I could find a good home for this. This right here. Well, there's a TV on the floor in front of it, but this beautiful piece of furniture right here, I hope I don't have to put it on the curb. I really don't want to do that, but that's the point we're getting to. All right, talk to you later.